John, last episode of the year, bub. Last game set a game of the week. Send us off in style. What do we got?
I'm going to go fairly simple here. Gamesthetic game of the week. Game called Raft.
Okay. All right.
It's a game you can play solo. You can play it co-op with some friends. The idea is that you spawn in, you're on a raft. And it's like you collect resources as you kind of sail along and try to build up your raft. You make tools, expand the raft, kind of eventually make your way up. It like most survival games do. It's a fairly simplistic system with it though, but it's a lot of fun. And you can sail around, explore islands. There's a loose kind of story happening where you can kind of follow the trail, and there's a bit of like what happened, what made the world covered in so much water and that. But the enjoyment of the game is kind of just sailing around, fishing, exploring islands, and just having a blast. I've played it some. Played it to kind of what they had at the last point that I did. So I think more content's been released since the last time I played it. So need to go back at some point and play it again. And I do highly recommend playing it with other people as well.
Shout out. Good way to end Gamestetic Game of the Year. Gamestetic Game of the Week for the final episode of the year. And then when we come back with episode 200, shout out to 200, Jesus. Here in a couple weeks, I'll do Gamestetic Game of the Week, and I'll debate if I want to do a banger of a game since it's episode 200, first episode of the year, or just kind of continue the trend that we've been doing where we just kind of go with like more under the radar games. We'll see. We've only done I think maybe 2 bangers is all we've done. I think most of them is like a lot of under the radar.
Most of it's mostly been like throw out big notable games when we forget about it and we got nothing.
Yeah, true. We, try to avoid the big ones, so where it's just one of those days.
Everybody knows about them.
Yeah.
It's like
Ideally,
even Raft. It's like most people know about Raft, but it's a good time.
I mean, it's a nice touch on because it's been a couple years since it was real prominent.
Yeah.
So
also, it's probably on sale right now in the Steam sale. So if you haven't picked it up, it's a good time in the year going to the next year with a nice fun co-op game.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the games that we've thrown out there as games that a game of the week. I mean, the most notable ones on here would be, I would say, Stray, Tales of Xillia, Soul Calibur 2, Persona 4 Golden. To an extent, I guess it's a little niche, obviously, but Legacy of Goku, Biomutant, Pokemon Conquest. Honestly, the Wild Arms series in general, it's kind of, to the wayside these days.
Oh, it's super dead.
Yeah, but
God, you did Conquest.
Yeah.
That was me.
I know. I was looking at you and I said, "You bitch."
Age of Mythology.
That's your reaction during that episode too.
I know. Because I remembered it again.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, we've got a pretty fun little list, though. But yeah, you were so mad at me when I did Pokemon
That's
Conquest.
because it was the next game on my list.
But I mean, we've had we had the first Yakuza. Shout out to that. So I mean, we've had a few notables, but we had a lot of games. It's like, maybe someone hadn't heard of it. Maybe you need to check it out. So yeah,
I know when my weeks are. Looking at this
Look at the list, yeah. when I think any of our weeks are, when we look at this list. So
there's only been a couple where it's usually like me and Alex where we throw something out. It's like, oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
'Cause I know you gave me the same reaction when I did Biomutant.
Yeah. I was mad about Biomutant. So I had to one up you the next week with Pokemon Conquest. It is funny how that worked out week to week. So. But yeah, again, shout out to Gamestetic Game of the Week. If you've been following along with every single week, we appreciate the hell out of you for that. And we'll come back with episode 200, and I'll do something. I don't know what it'll be, but I'll do something. We'll have fun.